Your boy Steph Curry is back. But not only coming back, Matthew, he came off the bench for the
Mm-hmm.
first time since March 2012. So that was like 14 years ago. And he still went for 29 points and 5 threes in a 1 point loss to Houston. The Warriors are clinging to the 10th seed right now with 6 games left. So, Matthew, is it too little too late for Golden State, or does Curry come back give them a real shot at sneaking into the play in?
Well, they're going to be in the play-in for sure, just because the other teams behind them are all tanking. So you got Memphis, you got your Dallas Mavericks, Cooper Flag, your guys at 25 and 53. Pelicans, you got the Kings, you got the Jazz. So everyone behind the Warriors is tanking. But you're almost guaranteed, looking at the Warriors record, you're almost guaranteed 2 road games in the play-in. So you'd have to beat the 9 seed, the Trailblazers, likely on the road. And the Trailblazers have had moments where they've been pretty good this year. Then you're going to have to play the loser of the Suns and Clippers, also on the road. So the idea that before you even get to the playoffs, you're going to have to play these 2 different teams on the road, including the Clippers. I mean, because maybe you get to the Trailblazers just because, all those guys on the Trailblazers are young. Just seeing Steph Curry on the court in a game in April is going to get them out their wits. They're not going to be sharp like when you got the best shooter of all time right across from you, and you're some young rookie playing in your first postseason game, or you're some second-year player playing in your first postseason game, and you don't even have your coach because he's been gone all year because he was gambling. So, I mean, so if you're the Warriors, your best-case scenario is probably getting past the Blazers, but then you play the Clippers on the road at the Intuit Dome, and I don't know, you've seen they got that wall, so they apparently have the big home court advantage. I don't know how much that really works, but I'm sure it'll be as rowdy as it's going to be in a postseason game, in a season where the playoffs were far from guaranteed for the Clippers. So if you're Golden State, I get like letting him come back if he wants to come back, because you certainly don't want a Giannis situation, whatever is going on over there with Milwaukee.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
he's under investigation or something right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if he wants to play, then by all means, he's your star, he's your stalwart. So by all means, let him play. But I just wouldn't be expecting that much. You've already dug too deep a hole. You have a bunch of players on the roster that us, 2 huge basketball fans, could probably name like 3 or 4 of them if we weren't looking. Your second best player is Draymond, which isn't ideal.
Paying much right now,
isn't ideal. Don't know if I'm buying into Podzimski. Pods, I saw a real weird clip of him yesterday. It was the Houston game that they lost, I believe. Yes, they lost by 1 point. And instead of setting the screen, if you see the video now, obviously the video might tell a different story. Like we don't know. What are we doing? We're just pontificating about something we see on a video. We don't know what the actual play is, but it looks like Draymond calls Podzimski to come set a double screen for Steph, and instead Podzimski waits in the corner, like hoping that Steph's going to launch it to him when he gets double teamed, and it looked very weird. It looked like what I'm not a hater, but it looked like what you'd call a low basketball IQ play. And so,
would you take him or DiVincenzo? Even I know he's not there but who would you have kept between the 2?
I think I would take DiVincenzo, because I feel like DiVincenzo knows how to be a star in his role. Whereas I don't think Pods knows exactly how to be a star in his role. But he is. Yeah, I'm looking at the players playing next to him. Of course, Butler's injured. We got a bunch of guys that we've never heard of, Sean. You got Gary Payton too, more of a defense guy. And you got Draymond. So if you're the Warriors, I don't see a scenario where your best case scenario is being the 1 seed and getting swept or losing in 5 to OKC, getting that 8 seed.
Yeah, I don't think they should have got rid of Kevon Looney. I think he should have stayed. I think he was great for the team.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he's great. Like if you're a good team that's contending for championships, but I mean, there's nothing Kevon Looney's bringing this season that says, oh, okay, they're going from play-in to championship.
Just an extra big man. They don't really just have that. That's all.
No, sure. I agree with you, but I mean, I think when you're not in win now mode, you're in let's toy around with some things, get some pieces. Because I mean, Porzingis, that could be a really nice piece for them. I mean, the idea of why Porzingis would be good, at least on offense, not on defense, but having like a 7-3 guy that can make the three ball, that's the same idea of why somebody like Wimby is crazy good on offense, because it's somebody that in theory could get a basket down low, but could also stretch the court. I mean, there's a reason people forget, because it's been so long. When Porzingis came in the league, they were calling him the unicorn. I mean, he's got a special skill set. And so,
He's hurt like 90% of the time. I haven't
yes,
seen him play 3 games in a row.
No, that is true, and that's the risk. And you've got a bunch of guys like that in Golden State. So the way it is
That was a
Jimmy
worse
Butler's
trade. They
out.
lost money on that.
Porzingis is going to be out a lot of games, and so right now,
Yeah, now Jimmy Butler was the real blow. That's what really happened.
well,
Who knows where they'd be at right now? Even with Steph sitting out those 20-something games, if he would have stayed in there. Because listen, look at this. The best decision to me was a smart coaching on Kerr's part. They're managing his minutes coming off a 21-game absence and easing him into the rhythm before the play-in. The real story is his efficiency, Matthew. 29 points in limited minutes means his shot wasn't affected at all by the layoff at all, right? Which is Steph just being Steph. The Warriors are 10-21 without him, 4-2 with him this season. So the math is straightforward. Like, if he plays, they win. The question is whether he can get enough games under his belt to be playoff ready if they get there. Because, like, if Steph Curry is cold in the play-in elimination game, that's a nightmare scenario for the Golden State Warriors.
Now, you said the math is simple. When he plays, they win.
They win. Yep.
And yet, this game we're talking about where he scored 29 points, what was the final result of that game?
Oh, it's 1 point. I mean, he lost by 1 point, but he just came back, though.
The math isn't so simple anymore.
He was limited. He didn't play a lot.
No, that's right. And you know what? Yeah. It's true that he was their best player, even limited. Even
coming off a 21-game absence. Yeah.
And you know who played the most minutes? Podzimski. And so Podzimski played the most minutes, gave you 18 points. Some guy named Gui Santos, who I guess I'm a fake basketball fan because I'm not too familiar with Mr. Santos. Italian. Yeah, I guess, I think it sounds Brazilian. That sounds Brazilian.
Okay, all right.
Hey, I'm gonna click on his name. Brazil picked 55th overall in 2022. Now look, Sean, if you're playing your 55th pick,
that was right. That was like when did he get picked 55th? When?
2022.
Man, that's like LeBron James type pick.
If you're 55th pick from 4 years ago, now you get those random like late picks that bloom and become steals, but usually you've heard of them by now. But if you're playing like your 55th pick that nobody's heard of that was taken 4 years ago, and they're playing 30 minutes, that team maybe isn't built for a playoff run. So I think Steph's going to be Steph. He's going to be great, and I think he'll still be great next year. I think he'll still won't drop off at all. We'll still play like a superstar. But I think they're going to punt on this year. I don't see them moving past the play-in. That's my